Have I slept? I have slept. Alright, what do I have to do? To achieve victory in the war, the commander and his advisors need to comprehensively modernize the war machine known as the Crusade. Every aspect is important. I don't know what to do there. Visit the extirpators. Know thy enemy. That's the Ivory Sanctum. Wait for Kalissa schemes to reveal. Okay. So I don't know how to do this. Guess we just progress. I think we just need to make our way towards the imposter.
Move out!
Which means my one army that's not prepared is going to have to just take some heavy losses. In order to get me down there. Because at this point, I'm at the point where I can't, like, do anything else, I think. Burn down shack, I could do that. Heart of Mystery, I could do that. Alright, let's go to the burn down shack, I guess. It's gonna take a while to get me down there. Hey, an enemy. Let's fight. What is that? Oh. He had that weird shine on him. Like, what is
against our resolve.
Did you see that place, that Blackwater place that I went to yesterday, Lucid?
I will resist.
And I just immediately, like, well, not immediately. It was like a robotic machinery area.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
You weren't listening. The place I went to yesterday that was stupid hard. That I just reloaded and then left. Because I was like, there's no way I'm doing this.
Prepare yourself.
You won't survive me.
Let's see. Who has the best chance to hit? Plus 20, plus 29 to hit? Okay. Plus 20. So Ulbrich has plus 29 to hit. I could increase that to plus 33 if I turned off power attack. The enemies in that area, like base enemies, had 44 armor class. Sorry.
Head on!
I was like, nope, I'm just gonna leave. All right, continue. I guess I could go back to the Nameless Ruins, but I think the Nameless Ruins might somehow be connected to these tile areas. I don't know how. Because I think there were 4 or 5 of them, and there seemed to be 4 or 5 of these.
Always be ready for the worst.
Do not fear.
Hey,
Do
Baka.
not waver. Desna, guide my hand.
Begone, fiend!
Make your peace.
Endure this.
Hello? There he is.
I will resist.
Alright, let's get out of here. Ow, my eye hurts. Oh, it's nighttime. Okay. So I do need to attack these guys. However, I think this is the army that's actually going to be not too bad. Oh, interesting. How many times can I do this? 3 times? Bro, evil. Oh, I thought I was... Come on, dog. Why you gotta be like this? I mean, if you want to follow me, come get me. I got all my dudes back. Sick. I like that. Dirty Squealer. Ew. And she leveled up. Excellent. Tactician 2. A few units can act out of turn. The number of units is equal to the level of this feat. All cavalry units have a +5 bonus to damage. Let's get another tactician. If I can get my ranged guy to attack out of turn, that would be great. Look at this real quick and see what's up with this. Enchanting an attractive impulse. Okay. This. Okay, rear guard. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Wanted the other button. Nothing. Alright, me. I will go here. Aha! Rangers, yes. These, yes. These, yes. Okay, you are going to come down here. And then I want... Wait, did I just select one? I did. I'm an idiot. Okay. You need rest, so we'll sleep here. A fight! Great.
Meditate on your mistakes. It might make you feel better. Make every strike count. We won't fall here. I swear it.
Bummer.
Prepare yourself.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Got him.
Desna, guide my hand.
Get murdered. Oh, how's everybody's week been going so far? I know it's just Wednesday, but that does mean more than half of the week is over. Tight. Good so far? Well, you just got married. I would hope so.
Follow.
Extremely busy. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Onwards.
If Lucid was like, man, this week sucked, I'd been all like, bro, we'll say that. A darkness mask. Interesting. Ancient Ghost. The heart of mystery will open only for the one who is most worthy. Secret knowledge within must be earned. Can you reach the end? Will you become the first of many? The secrets of creation lies before you. Behind this keyhole, the key is in your hands. But to open the door to the secrets of beyond, you must solve 5 puzzles. 4 out of 5 you will find far away from here. Search, seek, observe, reveal what is hidden. Reach the core riddle, touch the forgotten secrets, acquire the legacy of the ancients, and pierce the final veil. Bring the key you hold there and solve the puzzles. And then return here, the heart of mystery, and face the final challenge. If you succeed, you will prove that you are worthiest of mortals. The secrets in the universe will be revealed to you, and you will know the meaning of everything that exists. You will see the past and present, and even the future will not escape your piercing gaze. You will become the universe. Who are you? He remains silent. The secrets of creation, the mass mysteries of the universe, what are you talking about? You must complete 5 puzzles. 4 of them will be found far from here. Solve them, then return here to the Heart of Mystery and face the final challenge. I know I've completed 2 so far. Your map is outdated. Final challenge, only the worthiest of 5, blah, blah. Okay, well, bye, I guess. Oh.
Move out.
Elven notes, excellent. More for the storyteller. Looks like I can teleport to either the core or the other, the 2 places I've finished. I don't know where those are on the map. So I don't want to teleport there. Okay. There's a level 7 army up there. Where's my main host? Still only a level 9. Jeez. How many dudes do I need to have? The fate of the dirty squealer. The arrival of Canabran reinforcements. He waits with an audience. Okay. Well, he's gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna rest here. The fouled barrows. Iridescent streaks appear in the billowy violet sky above the deserted lands. The streaks are not like ordinary Galarian rainbows, they are more like oils dropped in water. The sweltering haze in the sky seems to waver along with the streaks. Time and again, one of the commander's parties spots some movement out of the corner of their eye and reaches for their weapon, only immediately realize they were mistaken. The ground underfoot turns a muddy gray, covered in a dense layer of ash expelled by geysers. Curious natural phenomena not uncommon in these parts. In the distance, barrows can be seen, appearing only as vague piles of rocks in the haze. The wind whips clouds of ash into the faces of the commander and his party. Along with the ash, the wind ushers in raggedy gray clouds that shroud the sky. A giant eye of cloud unblinkingly watches the commander and his party from above. One can only imagine how insignificant the creatures struggling across the land must seem from such a height. In a break in the clouds, the white of the sky's eye pulses, ready to burst like a boil. The dark cloud of the pupil grows blacker still. The commander decides to recall any previous mention of this world phenomena. Sela recalls a conversation with the seasoned crusaders. If a giant eye appears in the sky, you must run and not look back. According to the witness, what follows such an omen is so horrific that it can rob a newcomer of the world wound of their sanity. Perception. Study the shape of the clouds more closely. Arushale observes that the wind, the ordinary storm clouds cannot coalesce into clear shapes. The air throbs with peril. This is no mere storm. What's brewing is something brought by the abyss and only in the wind. Arushale recalls conversations with Sina's crew. Okay, I already read that. Okay. Make for the barrows, the only cover in the middle of the wastes. Failed. As the party runs for cover, the black pupil of the eye cloud looms, watching their flight. Something suddenly drops from the sky, landing with a splat at the commander's feet like an overripe fruit. It is white, about the size of a chestnut. It has a dark center, and the longer the commander stares at it, the more it seems like something is staring back. The fruit looks disturbingly like an eyeball. The whirlwind of ash stops the party from looking up to see what's happening in the sky. Perhaps a carrion bird was transporting its already rotted prize home. At least that's what all the companions are hoping as they cluster around the milky white eyeball. A second eyeball lands nearby with an unpleasant squelch, leaving only a bloody splash on the ash-covered ground. 2 eyeballs cannot be a coincidence. The commander does not even have to speak, but without a word, the party wheels around and races towards the barrows that loom black through the ash. The sickening hail pummels them in the back, shoulders, and head, leaving wet marks on their armor and clothing and soaking their hair in a sticky slime. The land around the barrows looks more like a dumping ground than a burial ground. The storms have bleached skulls and bones, rusted armor, and dented swords. This is a familiar sight. More surprising are the arms and legs of golems scattered around the waste. The once snarling faces of animals that now lack all resemblance to their living brethren. Things that look like horse carcasses but with broken mechanical legs. Everything is brown with rust and long forgotten. The battle was once fought here. Through the veil of ash, the party struggles to find the entrance to the barrow. Feel hastily along the walls. Arushale taps the rock to test its solidity, trying to find a weak point, a crevasse, or a door. Victory smiles on her. The next strike is answered with a ringing of iron. The ash-darkened piece of metal that covers the entrance crumbles under her attack. The mouth of the barrow is cool and smells damp and dusty. More ash lies underfoot, pressed into a glossy, slippery crust. It is clear that the barrow has been constructed above a cave system, the deliberately carved out corridors stretching off into the barrow's depths, leaving room for a natural passageway. The wind wailing through the stalactites in the dark carries a strange sound similar to human cry. Help me, help me. Help me, help me. That's what it sounds like too. The party strains to hear and decides to find out who the voice belongs to. I need a 26. Ulberg is plus 28. I think I'm going to choose him to do it. The longer Ulberg listens, the more the voice changes. One moment it sounds like a desperate cry of a child. The next, the piercing, ragged scream of a woman. The next, bird song. It cannot be ruled out that he is hearing only what he wants to hear. Wait out the rain in the entrance and then leave. The commander proposes staying in the entrance and waiting out the storm. The suggestion seems highly sensible, but doubts remain. Even after the storm passes, the party emerges from their cover. The thought of returning to the mysterious caves will arise more than once or twice. Okay, so go towards the voice. Kang cannot ignore the cries for help. The party rushes towards the sound, frequently looking around for enemies or traps. A strange thing, the closer they get to the voice, the less distinct the pleas become, blurring into a more grinding screeching of a rusty mechanism. The only passage leading further into the barrows finishes in a dead end, a spacious cave, its walls decorated in frescoes that have almost entirely faded over time. Before the companions have a chance to decide whether to look for a door or to turn back, the clay floor, which seems solid and well-trodden ash, vibrates and begins to ripple like water. One after another, the commander's companions are sucked into the thick, ashy mass as they have stepped into quicksand. Perception. Assess the situation. The party understands that panicking is pointless. Assessing the situation and formulating a plan of action is much more useful. When they stop struggling, they notice They notice that the quick ash seems to loosen its grip in turn. Below, they can hear strange noises like grinding metal. Could there be a mechanism drawing the quick ash downward? The exit from the cave is still too high up, and now the party only have one route down. The commander tries to grab hold of the projections in the wall. The party notices fissures in the nearest wall and tries to grab onto the cracks and climb out. The commander's companions hang suspended above the quagmire for a time, but they cannot move any further. There are no ledges for them to grab onto. Even the strongest party members begin to lose their grip and gradually slide back down. Close your eyes tight, take a deep breath, and dive. The quagmire's resistance vanishes as expected. The commander opens his eyes, sensing that he is in freefall. Through the gloom, he sees a spear sticking out parallel to the ground. He manages to grab hold of the wood and hang suspended. Suddenly, everything jolts into action. Dozens of daggers, saws, swords, and spears spring out from all sides, whistling through the air, but this is no enemy ambush. The weapons are being brandished by the pistons and loudly scraping gears of the mechanism. The spear that saved the commander was so rusted in its piston that it no longer was able to move. The party had found itself in the heart of a giant metal flower growing up from the quagmire of the ashy floor. The Urnog, built by the forges of the abyss, tries to close its petals, crushing, mashing, and cutting its victims to pieces, but years of lying dormant in the darkness have taken their toll. Its articulations move with a soul-shuddering screech and become easily jammed. The mummified bodies of unlucky crusaders can still be seen hanging from spears or rusted blades. If the commander wants to avoid their fate, he must... Let's try breaking the pistons holding the weapons. The pistons brandishing the weapons look rusted and fragile. The commander strikes out at the closest one, which is armed with a serrated lance. The lance plummets towards the bottom and falls between the jagged gears and the heart of the Urnog. The screeching of the jammed mechanism sounds like a painful human shriek. The Urnog shudders for several seconds, trying to grind down the part. Finally, it succeeds, but the commander will find a sturdier lance to hold the mechanism for good. The commander is almost out of time. Another few minutes and it will all be over. Realizing that this simple escape isn't possible, the commander decides to try jamming the Unog's main mechanism with the heart at the heart of the flower. He looks around for something sturdy. A tower shield on the back of a dead warrior. As she died, the female warrior tried to hide behind her tower shield, but it did not save her. The closing petals pinned her to her shield, forevermore fusing them together as one whole. The commander plants his feet against the shield and pushes, trying to dislodge it, but it doesn't move. The hammer in the hands of a paladin. The body of a paladin, clutching the warhammer in his hands of bone, hangs from one of Urnog's hammers, pointing directly upward. The commander is lucky that the warrior chose to meet his death with that weapon in hand. The commander drags the body towards him and grabs the hammer, but the servant of light's grip is still surprisingly strong and refuses to relinquish the weapon. The bone arms are easily stripped from the skeleton's shoulders, still holding onto the hammer. The commander tosses the lot into the heart of the Urnog. The hammer falls, sparking off the gears and getting stuck between them. With a furious screeching and scraping, the Urnog tries to grind up the hammer, but it cannot. A tremor travels up the petals where there's a deafening cracking sound, and the Urnog is still forever. After carefully extracting themselves from the clutches of the Urnog, the commander and his party find themselves up to their knees in ashy sludge once more, but this time it's only harmlessly squelching underneath their feet as they walk. A dark breach yawns before them, and the cry of the commander heard at the entrance to the barrow rises up again. Help me! Since there's no other route, the commander decides to pray for the dead crusaders. He offers up a prayer thanking the Crusaders who helped their fellow soldiers even in death, and asking for forgiveness for not treating their bodies with respect they deserve. He feels warmth suffuse him like a dead truly are with him and are wishing the party good luck on its onward journey. After all its ordeals, the party finally goes up to the surface and emerges in a small chamber. Pipes protrude from numerous openings dotted all over the walls, and they connect to a small box adorned with Baphomet's symbol. The box cries out, producing a high plaintive noise that when carried through the pipes begins to sound something like "Help me." The commander knows that this is just another demonic mechanism created to lure Crusaders into the barrow. He smashes the box, scattering bolts and gears across the room. Silence reigns. There are no secrets left in this place. That was awful. Hey, a merchant. All right. Whenever the wielder of the +3 flaming sword kills an enemy, the corpse explodes, dealing 2d6 fire damage to everything in 15 feet. Well, to all enemies within 15 feet. I'd rather have the Dragon's Fang. Give me exotic wares.
I lead, you follow.
Arushale got stuck behind the horse. Sag. And another army? Is that army hammer? No.
Please, allow me. I will defend my dream.
You won't survive me.
Make your peace.
There he is.
Fall!
Yes, that is that guy. I think it turned out that he was actually like... something bad happened with him, and I forget exactly what it was, but it was something akin to like he beat up his girlfriend or something, but I don't recall. That's probably incorrect, so don't quote me on that, but you better not, Cappy. The priests have inspired the troops. Morale has increased by 5 to 10. The fate of the Stone of Ghastly Pathways. A circlet, a ring, or a sigh. I haven't had a good circlet in a while. Let me get a circlet. Alright, so... Let's do the attractive impulse. Okay, we'll see what that is. I think we're good right here. Let's save and we'll enter. They're all dead.
The darkness.
A purple worm lucid.
I will resist.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
There's a trap there? Weird.
Endure this.
Died of worms? Well, yeah.
Prepare yourself.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
Did you eat Kang?
The light take you!
That's a problem.
Make every strike count.
Desna, guide my hand.
Begone, fiend!
No glory without risk!
The monster is dead. Wiping the sweat from his face, Celestial looks over the battlefield. It's the extirpators. The enemy must have been more than they could manage. The cleric folds his hands in a short prayer. I liked fighting the big evil thing. Maybe we can find another one. Maybe we can look for it. You know what to look for? But don't start dinner without me. You won't, will you? And why is Social so sad? I don't like it when people are sad near me, and I'm not. It makes me feel strange. Do you see your brother among them? No, he's not. I don't see him. What can you say about the bodies? They died not long ago. Judging by the wounds, they were killed by the same beast we just dispatched. Looks like that imposter sent us into a trap. Yeah, looks like it. Let's return to Dresden and O'Shell and help me endure this. The entire story. You know, I don't recognize myself. I serve the goddess of love, but the Hell Knights, I hate them. I really do. It's sickening, but I don't know how to get rid of this feeling. Why do you hate them so much? The fact that we even tolerate them is a disgrace to the entire Crusader movement. Cruel tormentors who are indifferent to the suffering of others, or who perhaps even enjoy it. What are they doing on our side? Why do we let them justify all the atrocities by participating in the Crusades? What does your faith say about it? It's a temptation. I must overcome it. Their cruelty stirs indignation in me. I'd like to believe it's righteous, but there are also so-called spite righteous, but they also call their spite righteous anger. I shouldn't be like them. I shouldn't answer evil with evil, but goddess, it's so hard. You really haven't been yourself since that imposter showed up. That thing said he's my brother. I admit I want to grab him by the throat and squeeze so hard his spine cracks. It is a dirty, unworthy desire, but I can't get rid of it. And worse, I think the reason I'm so angry is because I'm afraid he's telling the truth. Hold on, brother. If you need to talk, drink, and forget everything, or howl your grief at the moon, come to me. I'll support you. War is hard on good people. We'll have to talk to the imposter again.
The struggles never cease. I'm trusting you. I finished here. Is there more?
Bodies torn to pieces, steel armor crumpled like paper.
Something over there. Yet another obstacle.
Make your peace.
Into the grave!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Fall! Die! Move out!
How do I get there? Date for newest. Okay. Flaming Dagger 1. Living Flame. Whenever the wearer of this cloak channels energy to harm undead, for the next 2 rounds they become surrounded with a fire shield that deals 1d6 per character level fire damage to the attackers for each successful melee attack against the wielder. Interesting. You wonder how big of a fish you could catch with that worm? Did you ever play Sekiro? Probably that big. No? There's a big fish in Sekiro. Rhea Neath. An old half-elf woman bows to you. She is stately despite her years, with gray strands carefully combed into her hair and a graceful figure. Rhea Neath, representative of the Fredazzle and Company trading house in Nerosian, at your service. The woman hands you a business card. I have a formal letter offering for the merchants of Dresden regarding the procurement of construction materials and a more personal matter, which I'm afraid only you can help me with. Do you want to trade here? Yes, for a while. I have product samples. I think it's with a K. S-E-K-I-R-O, I think. I have product samples of our trading house that has to offer. If you need something, you will easily find me in the fortress, but to be honest, I can discuss supplies with your subordinates. Alright, what kind of personal matter? I would prefer not talk around it here. Please find me in the fortress, then we'll talk. Alright, I'll find you when I have time. What good fortune, Commander. I knew that fate would bring us together again, and the timing could not have been better. You see, after the untimely death of old Hulrun, oh, this is Ramian. This is the dude from the place with the people, Canabras. May his whole soul find its well-deserving rest. The Queen named me the new prelate of Canabras. Oh, well, there it is. And she recently tasked me with bringing reinforcements to Dresden. A complement of excellent fighters who are ready to do their fair share to rid the world of demons. How are things in Canabras? Quite uncheerful, I'm afraid. Rebuilding work is happening apace, but most of the city still lies in ruins. Only a handful of the population have remained in the city, and it's turned from a thriving hub into a military garrison, but I still hold out hope that one day the unfortunate city will finally enjoy the peaceful life it has long deserved. Are you returning to Canabras now? Not a chance. Canabras is insufferably dull these days. Noisy and dusty building work, marching soldiers, light-fingered suppliers. No, I shall remain here where the history is being made, where the dreams of freedom from the demon's yoke are at last coming true. Thanks for the reinforcements. I understand you're busy. Find me if you'd like to speak again. Okay.
Head on!
Found a page that might interest you. You're right, thanks. Found a page that might interest you. You're right, thanks. You're right. The storyteller clenches the pages you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. My feet are covered by a crawling carpet of locusts. A few insects got under my clothes, under my shirt, down my back, and in my pants. They're crawling all over me, tickling my skin with their little legs. They will not attack until they recognize me as a stranger. Protective spells are guarding me, allowing me to deceive the pestilent denizens of the rasping rifts. I keep very still. I am but an observer, an uninvited guest who prefers to remain unnoticed. I don't hold my breath when the demon lord Tiscari swings his scythe over Izyanga. I feel nothing when Izyanga deftly avoids the blow and tries to strike Tiscari in return. I am here by the order of Lady Nocticula. I must observe the fight and then return to the city. The affairs of the demon lords do not concern me. Why did Nocticula send you to follow Tiscari? I don't know, and I don't want to know. My service to the Lady of the Shadow is almost over. It is the 17th year of my life in the Abyss, and I'm already counting the days to the end of my turn. Where is your friend Kinney now? Here with me, of course. The stubborn lad refuses to stay in the city and volunteered to accompany me to the Rasping Rifts. He said he wouldn't miss such an exciting adventure for the world. His youthful zeal and desire to live life to the fullest seems to have made me younger, too. Who is Izyagna? She's a rising demon lord, servant of Lamastu. She simultaneously inhabits 7 mighty ant-like bodies. Her and Tiscari are always sniping at each other, but they dare not enter into open war, fearing Lamastu's wrath. The current fight is just a small quarrel, 1 in a million. She came to the Rasping Rifts with only 3 of her 7 bodies. I'm sure it will be easy for Tiscari to destroy the intruder. Continue. Rift Carver, Tiscari's scythe swings up again. With a whistle through the air, it lodges in the ant-like head of one of her bodies. Greenish slime splatters, the poisonous drops falling on my face. I keep very still. With a last compulsive moment, the ant-like body winces, tearing the scythe from Discari's hands and jumping back, only to drop on its side and lie still. The loss will hardly worry her. To kill her, one must destroy her heart, which is hidden deep under Yanaron, the city in Lamasu's realm. Disarmed, Discari turns to her second body that is attacking. I slowly turn to Kinney, who is sitting next to me. My young friend is unusually easily impressed by such mighty opponents fighting, but the seat next to me is empty. Kinney is gone. Forgetting about the danger, I look around for my friend. The swarm of locusts at my feet buzzes, displeased, but the need for secrecy is no longer important. Where is Kinney? After a moment, I see him, and a treacherous shiver runs down my spine. My friend is standing over her fallen body and reaches for Discari's scythe sticking out of it. What's so special about his scythe? Rift Carver has power over the material planes. Discari made the scythe with his own hands from his mother's skeleton, and it cuts rifts in the planes themselves. The Demon Lord used it to make the rasping rifts, his own abyssal realm in the plains of the abyss. Continue. Kinney, stop, don't touch it, I scream, throwing caution into the wind. My friend turns to me, his face baffled. I understand him to an extent. The scythe, able to rip passages between planes, will certainly help us save Galarian, but trying to steal it is rash and stupid. We have nothing to defend ourselves against a demon lord's rage. Stop, my friend, before it's too late. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Discari lift another one of her body and tear it to pieces with his bare hands, but I don't hear his howl of victory. The demon lord throws away the still body of his enemy and turns to us. The swarm of insects is biting my feet. Locusts cover my eyes, hitting me in the face, trying to get inside my nose, mouth, and ears. Nevertheless, I get to it first. I grab the giant scythe and I swing it awkwardly in the air. Rift Carver is so heavy, my hands instantly cramp. I have no idea how I managed to lift it at all. I drop the scythe on the ground, but the damage has been done. Right in front of me, there is a small rift, a wound in space. The smell of the city's sewage comes out of it, a wonderful smell that brings me hope for salvation. I grab Kinney's sleeve and dive into the rift only moments before Discari's claws cut through the air where we stood. I anchored a demon lord and my life was hanging by a thread. I'd have never thought that something like that could happen in my life. How many dark sides of my past will I have to find? I'm starting to fear what I might see in the next pages of my notebook. Thank you. I have to go.